All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to June 2026 development updates. I feel like I just made one of these, so time is flying. This is a good one. I'm excited about this one. There's a bunch of cool stuff in this one. So I'm just going to go down our checklist of our new features, and then I'll talk about what's coming up. So the first one, that's pretty easy, is there's a new checkbox when you do an import for unarchiving compressed files. So if you want to leave a file as a zip folder when you import it, you can now do that. There's also a global setting to control not only the default that it's set to on your import screen, but also the setting of like how hot folders will behave. And if you paste directly into your library, how those compressed files behave, those are all honored by this setting inside of your import settings. All right, next on our list, since we're right here anyway, is you can now disable the auto generation of thumbnails for your imported files. So this is, say you import 10,000 files at a time, you might not want to generate thumbnails for all of them. I've had a few requests like that. So if you disable this setting and you import a bunch of files, now the only way to have those thumbnails generated will be to come and select those files, right? You can right click and you can click regen thumbnails and it will trigger the regeneration or generation of those thumbnails as opposed to auto queuing them for generation when you import them. All right, that's pretty straightforward. Next, this one was a fantastic request. I can't believe we didn't get it sooner, but we have back and forward buttons inside of the library now. Now, my new demo library is too small to show this, but if I had paging, it also brings you back pages and stuff like that. So a new real convenient navigational tool in the library. Let's see. All right, next up we have categories had a slight adjustment in our organization. We can now reorder categories by dragging them around. And you can see it'll honor that order inside of our side menu here. It should also honor that order inside of filters per categories as well. Another small one is there is a filter up here that is invisible now because that's the feature. When cloud is disabled, or you don't use cloud now, that filter disappears. So if I go and enable my cloud and I go back to my library, we can see I've got this filter up here. That filter is now gone when you have cloud disabled for your application. I think that is, oh no, we got one more before my new feature, which is we kind of have a small refactor of the support area. So I've just organized the side menu a little bit more. I've also added 3 tabs just for easier access to the videos I put out, including this one. This one will get thrown in here now. And I just wanted to make sure everyone had easy access to find tutorials that we make or, little videos I make on new features that are going to be few and far between for a little bit longer, probably. Yeah, just a few new layout stuff inside of the support section. Nothing too crazy. And now for the one that's a little big and scary because of how much I had to change to make it work, but it's so cool, is we've added a new feature for supporting multiple root level library drives. So what that means is, like today, everyone's library points to one directory, whether that's on a network drive or that's on your local computer. And it says, okay, I'm going to keep track of all the files inside of this one directory, and anything you add into this directory will get, imported into the library. Now what you can do is you can tell the software, actually I've got more than one directory or more than one network drive that I want you to point at and archive files of. So if we go into settings, we go to storage, you're going to see some new controls for adding new drives. And what I can do here is I can click add drive, and let me go to my demo files here. So I select my folder, it imports those. And then we can go back to the library and I can see, what did I turn off? I turned off thumbnail generation. And we can see that all those files got imported. Let me regen the thumbnails for them. Okay, so now if I click on these files, I can see, okay, well, this file lives on this drive. And if I go to one of the other ones, I can see it lives on drive 2. And if you want to, you can even swap them between. So now I've just moved the creatures folder onto drive 2. It absolutely moves on disk as well. For those, I've had a couple concerns about files being moved on disk versus just referenced in place. The application is kind of designed with mimicking the on disk setup at the same time, so that way I can go on disk and find all my files the same way if I wanted to. So when you do these movement actions between drives, it does also take that action and move the file on the disk. Okay, another cool thing with this feature, let me go back to settings. I don't want to remove the drive I've added. Now if we come back here, the only folder we have left is mechanical stuff, I suppose. I'm going to just come in here. I'm going to take creatures, and what we're going to do, I'm going to actually paste creatures onto both drives. So I can demonstrate a new deduplication tool that is baked in. So I've got creatures. So pull in. I forgot to turn on thumbnails again. Okay, so now I have creatures and on both drives. So I've got some on drive 1 and I've got some on drive 2. Let me delete. Let's just do 2. So now what's going to happen if I go into settings, storage, and I'm going to add this drive again. Let's drive 2. Now we get a pop-up, and a pop-up is going to show us where all the duplicate paths starting at root have been discovered. So each drive is treated as the root level of the library. And you can have duplicate folder names, that's fine. You're going to have, if I'm going to have creatures on both drives, it will show me 2 creature folders. Actually, I had some debate on whether or not I wanted to coalesce them in the library view. So if you want that, please tell me you want that, because I was in such high debate with myself and I ended up not doing it. But if I get requests, we will definitely do that. So let me know if you want that feature later. But now I can choose between, oh, do I want to keep the incoming, or do I want to keep the existing, or do I want to rename it so it's not technically a duplicate anymore? For all our sake here, I'm just going to click the keep all incoming, apply it. It's going to import. Now I mentioned, oh man, I really need to turn on my thumbnail generation. Not too important right now, but you're going to see now I've got 2 creature folders, right? I've got 2 creatures folders across 2 drives, but this one has the files that it knows about on its drive, and this one has the files on its drive. So this is where I was in debate with whether or not I wanted, well, if I have a creature folder on each drive, do I just want to show one folder in the application, or do I want to show that there's actually 2 folders on drive? I went the direction of I want to honor what's on drive and have the same folders. But if any of you disagree, please send me a message, because I'm absolutely willing to be flexible on that choice. You know what? There's one other thing. So if you go to import, I go up here, there's now a new drive. So you can choose while you're importing files, whether that's from the web library or from just the regular import control here. You can choose which drive you want those files to end up on, which is pretty straightforward. Anything else to chat about in terms of current dev? I think that's all the notable current dev that's been done, from the second half of, May to now. So what's upcoming? So there's a few upcoming things. I've got some, let's see, I think our most voted on roadmap item ended up being smart file naming, which is so awesome because that's the one that I personally want the most. So this is when you download, or not even download, when you import from anywhere. And so many different creators have so many different ways they structure their files, whether they have folders embedded in each file that's like support versus unsupported. And then they'll have supported inside the actual print file names and stuff like that. I just wanted an automated way to make rules to clean that up as I import. So that's the most voted on roadmap item. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to go work on next. So hopefully that'll come out, within the next month or so, between now and July. Yeah, I suppose July. And of course, as bugs and fixes and optimizations or quality of life things come in, I'll definitely prioritize those. So if you guys find your own pain points, or you have great ideas, or you see ways or places that need some optimization, send them my way so I can dig in and I can get them out. But I think that's it. I don't think I have any more updates for you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for your continued kind words and checking out the software. We've had more than 2,000 users now, and that's just crazy to me. That's just absolutely crazy. And thank you, everyone, for checking it out. Please keep sending me your feedback. It means a lot to me to hear from you guys. But thanks, everyone, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.